Hello, I'm Sasha. Today I'm going to be testing out products from the Too Faced Clover Collection. So I have a few different products to test out with you today. First is the Pretty Puppy Eyeshadow palette. This one has 6 different shades in matte and metallic finishes. This one is not to be confused with the Clover Eyeshadow palette, which has 18 colorful shades. Next we have the Glowver Highlighter. This one comes in a beautiful champagne gold shade. Last but not least, we have the newest addition to the collection. This is the Sun Puppy Bronzer. It has 3 blendable shades in a silky formula. Here are the swatches for the eyeshadow palette, the highlighter, and the bronzer. First we have the 6 shades from the Pretty Puppy Eyeshadow palette. There's a mix of matte and metallic shades. The colors are relatively neutral, with a nice shimmery bronze and a pop of pink. Next is the Glowver Highlighter. This is a champagne gold shade inspired by Clover's love of everything shiny. Then there's the Sun Puppy Bronzer, which is a mix of 3 different bronzing shades. You can use them individually or mix them together. I absolutely love the packaging on all these. I think it is just so adorable. So the Clover collection is actually named after one of the founder's dogs. This is a picture of the real life Clover. I also got a plush version of Clover. They sell this on their website and I think it's just so cute. So now I wanted to do a quick look for you using all of the Clover products. For this look today, I'm going to use Too Faced brushes. This is the Mr. Right 5-piece eyeshadow brush set. I've been wanting to try these for a long time because I heard they were really good cruelty-free brushes. They actually call the brush hair teddy bear hair, which I think is really cute, and they feel really nice and soft. So to get started, I'm going to use this large shader brush in the shade called Bad to the Bone. It's a beautiful kind of cream shade. I'm just putting this all over the lid and a bit up into the crease as well. Next I'm going to use this blender brush in the shade here called Bow Wow. Just going to take a little bit of this and work it into the crease kind of as a transition shade. And I also want to work this a little bit on the outer corner of the eyelid. Since this is a big fluffy brush, it's not as precise, so it's better for larger areas like this. Now I'm going to take this smudger brush in this dark brown shade here called Heavy Petting. It's kind of like a burgundy brown. It seems to be pretty highly pigmented. One thing that's really fun about these shadows is that they smell like chocolate or vanilla. It's just a really nice sweet scent that makes them so delicious. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye, just working it up into the crease to give that some definition. This seems to be mostly a matte formula, but it's also got a couple little pieces of glitter in it. Now I'm just going to take that blender brush and soften up those edges. Since this is a nice kind of neutral palette, I'm going for more of an everyday look. Now I'm going to take this smudge brush into Snuggle Time. I just want to take this on the outer half of this eyelid here. Same thing on the other eye. Now I'm going to take this small shader into Vanity Fur. This is kind of a nice packing brush. I'm just going to press that on the center of the lid here. I want to give this a nice sort of bronzy gold hue. This is really pretty because it just kind of creates a highlight in the middle of the lid. I love the way that this goes with all the other kind of soft neutral browns in the palette. Making sure to sort of press this into the eye. Going to use that blending brush to sort of soften those edges. I'm going to dip my finger into Vanity Fur just so I can get it a little bit more bold. Oh wow, that's so pretty. Such a beautiful bold shade. I love the shimmer in this. It's not like a super chunky glitter, it's just a really beautiful, nice shimmer. Using my fingers to sort of soften those edges. Now I want to do a similar look under the lash line. I'm going to use this Morph M213 brush and dip it into Bow Wow. Then I'm just going to run that along the lower lash line. Just want to kind of create a base color here. I'm not going to take it all the way across, just about 2/3. Now I'm going to take that small smudge brush again and just pat a little bit of that color onto the outer corner. Just try to work it into the other color we have above. Now I'm going to take a Morph JH39 into this beautiful pink shade here called Puppy Nose. I want to use this as an inner corner highlight, so I'm just going to kind of press it in near the inner corner here. This is such a beautiful soft pink shade, and I just love how it goes with this bronze. I'm going to do the same thing on the lower lash line. Just kind of run that along here and try and work it into the colors that we have around it. Same thing on the other side. I'll make sure to draw around this tear duct area as well. Now I'm going to use a little of the Pacifica Cherry Matte Setting Spray. I'm going to spray this brush, dip it into Vanity Fur, and then pat that color just underneath the lash line. I'm focusing it on the middle of the eye just like I did on the eyelid as well. If you're enjoying this video, please like or consider subscribing. I post new beauty videos every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. Central, and I'd love to see you there. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be the first to watch my new videos. Now I'm going to use the Too Faced Sketch Marker in Deep Espresso. I don't want to take this all the way across, just about halfway. Now same thing on the other side. For mascara today, I'm going to use the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This one has a nice hourglass shaped brush. So I just kind of wiggle this on. I do enjoy this mascara because I feel like it gives nice volume and it also kind of seems to curl my lashes a bit. Now for the other side. I like how this mascara makes things look just a little bit glamorous, but still kind of in an everyday way. For blush today, I'm going to use this ColourPop Pressed Powder Blush in Why Hello. This one is a beautiful sort of peachy pink shade. It's just really nice because it tends to go with almost every look. Just kind of brushing on the apples of my cheeks. I got this one in sort of a custom palette from ColourPop. You can also buy them individually. Now I'm going to use the Glowver Puppy Love Highlighter. This is sort of a champagne gold shade and it's got a super cute little clover design on the powder. So I'm just going to take this on the cheekbone here. This is a really pretty soft champagne shimmer. It's not like a blinding highlight, it's just a really pretty subtle glow. Now for the other side. I really love highlighters like this because they're great for every day. Now I'm taking it down my nose, cupid's bow, and the chin. You can build these up if you want them to be more glamorous, but in general they work really nice for every day. They just kind of give you that lit from within glow without overdoing it. This is such a pretty subtle shimmer, I just love it. Since this is so gorgeous, I'm going to take a little bit under my brow bone here to just kind of enhance this eye look. I'm also going to take a little bit in the inner corner of my eye, just near the very center there. Now I have the newest item in the Clover collection. This is the Sun Puppy Bronze. This one actually comes with 3 different shades that you can either use on their own or blend together. So I just did some quick finger swatches of the 3 different shades. The lightest shade is actually very light. It's almost hard to see on me. So I really feel like this bronzer is meant to be blended and used together. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to blend it all together and kind of get a mix of the different shades. And then I'm just going to kind of work it in under the cheekbone here. This is a really beautiful tone. When I first saw this, I thought it was going to be way too dark. I'm actually happy that it's kind of a lighter bronzer shade because that means that I can actually use it regularly. I also like to take it on the hairline here on the other side as well. I feel like this is a really pretty bronzer and it goes together so nicely with the Glowver highlighter. I also like to take some of this under the jawline and down the neck just to blend everything together. And a little bit on the sides of the nose. This seems to be coming out even lighter than I expected. I think it would be hard to overdo it with this bronzer, especially if you focus on some of these lighter shades. Now I'm going to use the Too Faced Liquefied Matte Longwear Lipstick. This one is in the shade Melted Clover 2, which they describe as the Dusty Rose. I also just wanted to really quickly show you the box here because I think it's just so cute. So let's try a little bit of this out. This looks like a really beautiful shade. It might actually be a little bit bright. This is definitely brighter than I was expecting. They call it a dusty rose, but it actually comes out almost like an orangey coral on me. I think you could totally wear something like this with this look. I just want to do something that's a little bit more pink or cool tone, so I'm going to go ahead and wipe this off and try a different shade. Now I'm going to use the Hourglass Girl Lip Stylo. This one is in the shade Creator, which is a beautiful sort of pinkish coral. Just going to apply this. I really like the finish of this lip color. I feel like it's a little bit shiny, it's not too matte, and it doesn't settle into lines. I think it looks really pretty with this eye look. I feel like it picks up some of the warmer tones in this and really complements it nicely. Now that I look at this again, I want to add just a little bit more blush. So I'm going to use a little bit more of this ColourPop blush in Why Hello. Try not to go too high up so I don't mess with our highlighter. So that's the completed look. I'm just going to do a quick review of the different Clover products. If you want to skip ahead to the eyeshadow palette comparisons, there will be a link in the description below. So first we have this Pretty Puppy Eyeshadow palette. I really did enjoy using this. I think there's a really nice range of shades. I also like how it smells super yummy. Every time I open it, it's just like I'm in heaven. I really like how this focuses on neutral shades, but also has this shimmery bronze and this pop of pink as well. I feel like you can do some great everyday neutral looks with this, but you can also add a little something unexpected with these colors as well. I feel like the shadows are pretty silky. They seem to be highly pigmented and blend well together. It definitely is more of a novelty item since it has such cute packaging. If you're more into neutral and natural everyday looks, I definitely recommend this one over the larger Clover eyeshadow palette. Next we have the Glowver Puppy Love Highlighter. This one is also really adorable in this gold Clover packaging. I also really love the Clover design on the powder. But most of all, I feel like it's just a really beautiful sheen. I love the champagne gold tone. I feel like it would work well with a variety of skin tones. and I also feel like it's just the right level of shimmer for me to use on a regular basis. At $30, this is pretty expensive for a highlighter, but if it's in your budget and you really enjoy the packaging and design of this, it might be worth it for you. Next we have the Sun Puppy Bronzer. I think this is such a cute design. I also really like how the bronzer itself is shaped like Clover's face. It is really interesting to me how they incorporated 3 different shades into this bronzer. I haven't actually used many like this. I thought it might come out pretty dark and I'd have to use the light hand, but in fact this lightest shade of the bronze is actually very light. I feel like this probably is going to work better on lighter skin tones. I don't know if it's going to be a great bronzer for deeper skin tones. Before I go, I just wanted to do a quick comparison for this eyeshadow palette versus some others. If you're looking to recreate this look for less, you could probably do it with these 2 bite-sized eyeshadows from e.l.f. This one is Cream and Sugar, which is more neutral, and this one is Berry Bad, which adds burgundy and pink shades. You can get these 2 together for just $6, while the Clover palette is $28. There's not an exact match for every shade, but these bite-sized palettes do have pretty good pigmentation, and you can't beat the $3 price. If you like the dog theme and packaging for this Clover palette, another one worth looking at is the I Heart Revolution Revo Pooches palette. There are only 6 shades in the Too Faced palette, while there are 18 in the Revo Pooches palette. It only costs $15 though, so it's quite a bit less than the Clover palette. I haven't had the chance to play with these myself, but reviews have been kind of mixed. Some people say these shades are a little bit chalky, while others say they're just fine. My guess is the quality is a little bit better for the shadows in the Too Faced palette, but if you're just looking for something with fun packaging to add to your collection, this Revo Pooches palette is only $15 and a more affordable option. Next we have ColourPop's Give It To Me Straight palette. The ColourPop palette is $18 for 15 shades, whereas the Too Faced palette is $28 for 6. You'll see a lot of similar tones. Give It To Me Straight also focuses on more neutrals with an emphasis on pink. ColourPop shades also tend to have good pigmentation. This ColourPop palette also has a mix of light and dark shades and mattes and shimmers, but they definitely have a more traditional packaging than the Clover palette. Next we have the Milani Pure Passion palette. This one has been out for a little while longer and I think they're starting to phase it out. It originally retailed for around $20, but I've seen it online for around $11 recently. Like the Clover palette, it also focuses on pink tone neutrals, and Milani is a great brand for highly pigmented eyeshadows at drugstore prices. Pure Passion has 12 shades, while this Too Faced one has only 6. However, I feel like the Too Faced one is a little bit better edited, whereas there are more that are kind of similar in this Pure Passion palette. I hope you found this video helpful. Please leave a comment and let me know if you're a dog or a cat person, or if you like something different instead. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.